This part we are going to learn about friend functions in C++. Our friend functions allow a function that is not a member of a class to access that class's private data. Wow, this feature is used carefully and only when necessary. Okay, so a friend function is a normal function that is given special permission to access the private and protected members of a class. Even though it is not part of a class, it can still access its hidden data. This is very important. Listen and pay attention. Okay, so why friend functions exist? Why do they exist? Friend functions are useful when two classes need to share data. Okay, and also when an external function must access private data. Okay, and also when operator overloading is required. However, they should be used sparingly. Okay, so let us now take a look at the basic friend function. Okay, so let us create our first class in here. I'm going to create a class. Control Z. Let me create a class, and this class is going to be called box, like that. And inside, let us have some private values, some private attributes like the width, and let us have public what? Let us have a public class. No, this is going to be. Let me make a public constructor, and this constructor is going to return to have one parameter, which is the w, which is of an integer value. So we are going to say that width is equals to our w. From there, what are we going to do? We are going to create a friend function. Okay, so we are going to use the friend keyword. Okay, so we are going to use a friend, like that. This friend is going to return a void, like that, and it's going to be called show width, like that, then parentheses, like that. Okay, we are just going to create it, to declare it like that. Okay, and this show width is going to have one parameter, b, like that. Okay, box B, like that. And here, because our class should end with a semicolon, like that. Okay, so let us now from there, let us now try to create our show width method or function. Okay, function. So we can say that void show, want to show width, like that, give it a body, like that, but this show width should take in box, should take in one parameter called the b. Okay, and this b is going to be of type box. Okay, as you can see, of type box. Okay, as you can see. So from there, we are going to output something. We are going to output okay, we are going to output b. Okay, b dot, as you can see, we get access to the width. This is as you can see, this is very wonderful. I'm going to explain everything smoothly. Okay, first wait, I'm going to explain everything. So let us add a semicolon. Then inside our main function, let us create our first object, box. Let me name it box, like that. And this box is going to take in, wow, it's going to take in one parameter. Okay, as you can see, our width, so I'm going to provide 10, and from there I'm going to say show width, like that. Okay, and then I provide our box object. Okay, as you can see, I need to provide our box object because this one takes in a box object type. As you can see, a box object type, and here we have created a box object type, as you can see. So we can provide our box to the show width. Okay, so I can now provide our box, like that, at a semicolon at the end. Okay, so here the show width is not a class method. Okay, it's not a class method, as you can take a look here. So some of you might think that this one is a class method. Okay, I might have mentioned that, but it's not a class method. Okay, so the friend keyword gives it access to private data. Okay, it gives it access to the private data, and it can access width directly. Okay, so if we try to compile, to save, and then we try to compile, after compiling we try to run. As you can see, we get 10 out. Okay, so our friendly functions are declared inside the class but defined outside the class. Okay, so as you can take a look, they are declared inside the class, but they are defined outside the class. Okay, as you can see here. So declaring it inside the class grants it access. Okay, and the definition can be anywhere. Okay, okay, so let us take a look at friend functions versus member functions. Okay, so the key difference is here. Friend functions use objects to access data. Okay, while member functions use these implicitly. Okay, implicitly they use this keyword implicitly. Okay, and friend functions are not called using the dot operator. They are not called using the dot operator. Okay, so let us take a look at a friend function with multiple classes. Okay, so a friend function can access data from more than one class. Okay, so for instance, let us create two classes here. Let me try to delete these ones, or I can try to fold them, but I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to create a class. This one is going to be named A, and inside let us have private. Let us have int x. Let me set it to be equals to 5. Then from there let us have a friend. Okay, so let us have a friend which returns a void called show. Then inside let us have A, which is our class. Okay, here, so we are giving it access. Okay, to what is in A, so we are giving it access directly. So we can say here we can have a class, or Control Z. So here we can have inside. Okay, I'm going to explain everything. Let us have B there. Then from there let us add a semicolon at the end. Then from there we're going to create another class. Let me Control Z. Another class, let me call it B. We add a semicolon. Then inside this B we are going to have private. Let us have a variable called y. Let us set it to be equals to 10. Then from there let us have a friend function. Okay, friend method. Okay, friend function. Okay, not a method. A and a B, like that. Okay, so from there let us define our show method. Okay, outside these classes. Okay, so let us create it. It's going to be called show. Then inside the show, what are we going to have? We are going to have the first one. You should not doubt this one. We are going to have a type. We are going to have an object of class A, and we are going to name it A. Okay, and we are going to have another one, object of B, and we are going to name it B. Okay, we're going to name it B, of class B. We are going to name it B, like that. Okay, and from there we can get access to what? We can get access to what is in B, which is Y, and what is in X, what is in A, which is X. Okay, and we can use those two values, so we can multiply them. So we can say C out. Okay, we can show them. Let us just show them. We can say A dot, let us add them. Okay, A dot X, we can get access to it, and let us add B dot Y, like that. Okay, so from there let us try to save. And after saving, so here one function accesses private data of two classes, and it is useful for operations involving multiple objects. Okay, so let us take a look. So after doing that, let us now create two objects. Okay, sorry guys, let us create two objects. The first object is going to be B. Let me name it B, and let me say that, does it have yeah, it doesn't have, so let me create B. Okay, so these are default values, so we don't need to provide them. Okay, so let us create the first one, which is B. We can call it what we want. So A, we can call it A, we can call it C, like that, but let me call it A1. Let me call it A1, and let us have another one, B. Let me name it B1, like that, and let me provide A and B objects into to show. Okay, so let me call show, because I can access it directly, so I need to provide A is going to be A1, and let me provide B1, like that. Okay, so from there I'm going to try to save. After saving, I'm going to go in the terminal, try to compile. After compiling, try to run. As you can see, we get 15. So we get 15. Why? Because we have 10 as the y, as the like the default, which is y. As you can see, y, and we have x. Okay, so I'm giving you this task. You can try to use constructors, okay, to provide your own values right here. Okay, so try to create a constructor and try to use your default, your custom values, okay, for x and y. Okay, try to set them in your constructors, okay, like that. Okay, so you get it. So this is it about friend functions. Okay, so thank you.